so I think when we clean up those two things, we might find ourselves in a position to be ahead, but we've got to get those two things down first.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Eric Olson.
All right, an entertaining first half, 31-28 halftime score. Mountain Crest leading Skyview 13. Let's start with the visiting Skyview Bobcats, actually. 10 for Jalen Moore to go with 4 rebounds. A couple of nasty dunks in there as well, as he's playing with a lot of life here in the first half. Ty Nielsen with 7. He's 5 of 5 from the free throw line. 6 for Matt Dewey, 5 for Mitch Larson. Goddard didn't score, no scoring off the bench for the Bobcats. They were outscored in that second period, 16-11. Mountain Crest paced by Tyler Crosby's 13 points. 10 for Tanner Knowles. Eddie Hall did not score. Putu Tau with 2 right at that first quarter buzzer, and 6 for Jamison Webb there in the second period. Mountain Crest pretty balanced, 15 points in the first period, 16 in the second, 17 for Skyview in the first, and to only 11 there in the second. I got a little bit more information for you on that jump rope team that we saw at the half. We've seen them twice this year, and they're from River Heights. It's Just Jumpin' from River Heights. It's the only competitive jump rope team in the state of Utah. They perform, compete, and they teach. They're sponsored by Intermountain Healthcare's Live Well campaign that encourages kids to be active and eat healthy. And if you'd like more information on that Just Jumpin' jump rope team, justjumpin.org is the website. We've seen them twice now, Levon, as Lee joins me up here. And I haven't seen that much jumping and gyrating since the last time you ate the Mexican buffet.
That's fantastic. Those kids are fantastic athletes. And my son's even interested. He's like, that is cool, because he came to one of the games they were at. So
that's a lot of fun. Well, that first half, plenty going on in that first half, and Skyview jumps out to the early lead, playing with a lot of energy, and Mountain Crest just kind of kept chipping away, and now they own a 3-point lead at the half, but you don't really feel like one team has taken control of this game.
Nope, and it will probably happen here shortly. One of these teams is going to come out of their shell and really get into a groove. Great defense by both teams as well, turnovers, and Skyview's rebounding really well. It's been a fun game to watch.
Well, it'll probably be the team whose ears aren't bleeding after the halftime music here. Holy cow.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
we have headphones on, and I think it actually amplifies the sound in the arena.
No, I just took my headphones off. It's worse without them.
It was?
I'm going to have to give Jim Crosby a hard time. I wouldn't think he'd have Imagine Dragons on his iPhone.
Well, they're from Utah.
Well, they are, but he wears cowboy boots. Why would he have a band like that on?
Not wearing cowboy boots tonight. He's got his gangsta warm-ups on. I mentioned that to him before the game.
Moore with the turnaround. Moore with 12. He's dialed in tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, this is the most energy we've seen him play with on the Valley Channel in a while. At the end of our game, our player of the game will receive an Angie's coupon to clean the sink where the locals eat, and a coupon for some free food at Wendy's. You just can't beat that if you're a high school kid.
Knowles keeping up the hot shooting. He has 13.
Knowles must have heard me talking about free ice cream and hamburgers.
34-30, the Mustang lead. A steal by Crosby, and Crosby finishes to the other end. That's Crosby's third steal. Crosby with 15. Crosby averaging 3 steals a game.
Yeah, almost had 4 earlier. Got the foul instead.
Moore with his first 3-point try. Won't go. Nielsen blocked out by Knowles. Here come the Mustangs.
Look down low. Jamison Webb a little frustrated because he's wide open on heading to the hoop.
Crosby with 17. Well, Nielsen and Moore were late to get back as they were crashing the boards for the Bobcats. And Webb beat everybody down court. They just didn't find him, but Crosby gives Mountain Crest an 8-point lead.
Danger time now for the Bobcats. They gotta answer Mountain Crest right away and can't turn it over on this possession.
Danger, Will Robinson.
That robot creeped me out when I was a
Ty Nielsen has 7 points, kicks it back to Matt Dewey.
One and done, not what you need if you're Skyview.
And they're bombing away from the outside. Moore hit that shot from close in to start the period, and it's been 3-pointers ever since.
It's one thing I've noticed with Skyview this season. They
Nice give and go. Putu Tau with the no-look to Crosby. A 10-point lead for Mountain Crest. Timeout, Skyview.
Well, that was a needed timeout. Now down by 10. Take a look at this quick give and go. And Putu Tau's been able to score very many points, but that's a great assist underneath. Like I was saying, Mountain Crest doesn't ever get out of their game plan. They're very disciplined, all seniors, and they play well in spite of the emotions that are going on. Skyview sometimes has a tendency to get married to that three-point shot. They just stay out there. They stop working it inside.
Ty Nielsen has 7, but he hasn't had the impact on the game thus far that we're used to seeing from number 3. Jalen Moore is putting his stamp on the game. Matt Dewey with 6. He's usually that guy that's the third man for Mountain Crest that you can pretty much count on. He's had some boards along with 6 points, and I don't know, Nielsen's knee was kind of bothering there in that first half. And it looks like he's moving okay.
Yeah. Probably got a little workover from the crack training team.
They were looking for Nielsen, and it's knocked back out of bounds. Skyview down by 3 at the half, finds themselves suddenly down by 7. Or 10, excuse me. They've been outscored by 7. Moore steps inside the arc and connects.
See, that's the shot they have to take if you're Skyview. You got to make one move, get a guy up in the air, and get a much higher percentage shot than those 3 balls.
14 for Moore. All ran through. Knowles didn't see him or decided not to go to him. And now Knowles underneath against Dewey. Knowles puts it in. Tanner Knowles with 15. 19 game-high honors go to Crosby. There's still 4:45 to play in the third period. Here's a steal by Crosby, his 4th. Crosby all the way. Get out, says Jalen Moore. And shut the door behind you.
Well, that was like throwing a ham sandwich to a fat kid, because that was just like, here you go.
Snapped it up.
Here's a free block for you. Oh, quick.
The inbounds play, Crosby has 21.
Learned his lesson on that last play. Get the ball up quick before Jalen can get his arms up.
And another timeout for Skyview as it's to a 12-point deficit for the Bobcats now. Mountain Crest, they're on fire.
This is good.
We don't keep the shooting percentages here. Let's take a look at this inbounds play. Watch this. They run a little screen here, and
it's just a great cut. It's a little diversion screen that gets Jalen Moore looking the other way, and Crosby just sneaks right in the back door.
And I'm trying to think if Mountain Crest has missed a shot in this third period. Jalen Moore just swatted that one.
Yeah, that's it.
But they've scored 13 points here in less than 4 minutes.
That's pretty good. And they're up by 12.
Well, the last game of the season is Roy at Skyview. We'll have that one for you here on the Valley Channel. And Skyview, they can't afford to drop both games, Lee. They're in a fight with Box Elder. If they drop both games, I mean, they'd drop to 4 and 6 in the region, and they'd be in danger. They'd be right on the cusp of missing out on the playoffs. Skyview needs a bucket on this possession. Larson, 3. Won't go.
They're just married to that 3 ball, and Mountain Crest is out rebounding him like Coach Buckmiller talked about. That's not a good play out of a timeout for Skyview.
That's one of those where, impatience. You kind of get impatient. You're down 12.
There's no shot clock.
Yeah. Get a good shot. Get the bucket.
And look at Mountain Crest. They've got numbers.
There's the kick.
Yep, there's a kick.
Tao with only 2 points, and there's a big reason why. Jalen Moore right in his grill. Moore pokes that one away. Can't beat Eddie Hall to it. And Hall just kind of screens him away from the ball there. He didn't even really try to go get the ball, did he?
Nope.
He just screened Moore away from it.
That's a smart play by Hall.
Make sure he doesn't give up a big dunk that could put some momentum Skyview's way.
Eddie Hall, one of the best running backs in the state in football, is not going to get pushed away from this ball. I'll just lean over here. Nope.
Hip checking. Coach Hilliard walking all the way down the sideline with the official, wondering why that wasn't a foul. No fouls called yet in this second half.
If anything, it should have been a foul on Jalen Moore like that one.
Moore went for that still. Didn't quite get there. Putu Tao misses, rebounded by Nielsen. Jalen Moore is working. Moore, turnaround on Putu Tao, and he'll go to the line. Moore's working hard. He's a senior, one of many seniors on this team, but he's trying to be the leader and step up and carry his team while they're having a tough go of it right here. Putu Tao picks up his second. Jalen Moore, this is his first trip to the free throw line.
This has been a very physical game, and the officials will let him play, and that's fine and everything. When you get down to the end of a tough game like this, I talked to the trainers at halftime and said, you better get your ice packs ready because you might be working.
Moore gets both free throws. He has 16. Averaging 23 a game. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Knowles knocked down by Kama Mathias. Mathias checks in and gets his first foul.
Mathias is first.
And that's one team foul for each team. 2:55 to play here in the third period. A 10-point Mountain Crest lead. Crosby, lean in, foul.
Goddard's going to pick that one up, I think.
13-6, Mountain Crest is outscored.
Fouls on Goddard, his third.
The Bobcats here in this third.
And Goddard does pick up that foul with the reach right there at the end.
It's 3 on Goddard. Crosby with a huge third period. He's got 9. He had 11 in the first. 10 now here in this third period. He's got 23 points and a foul underneath as Jalen Moore gets knocked to the floor. Looks like it's on Eddie Hall. He'll pick up his second.
Foul number 2 on Eddie Hall. Moore shooting.
And it's on the shot. Jalen Moore will get 2 free throws.
Cans the first one. There's the replay. You see
Misses
Eddie Hall
that
pick up.
first one, yeah.
Sorry. I should probably watch.
If by can, you mean nothing but 10.
Yes.
And now a whistle. Something's out on the court. And Eddie Hall picks it up and tosses it to the sideline. Something came flying out of the stands and ended up.
It was one of the fans' mouth guards.
Was it? It ended up.
Keep everything Please refrain from throwing anything on the floor.
It ended up right out at the free throw line. Moore missed the first, hits the second. He has 17. 3 out of 4 from the line for Jalen Moore. 7 points here in the third period. He has all the points for Skyview in the third period. He needs some help as the Bobcats are down 11. Backdoor. Tyler Crosby with 25.
Skyview just executed, or Mountain Crest just executing their offense better than Skyview right now. Shows on the scoreboard, 13-point lead.
Crosby's on his way to a 30-point night. Looking for steal number 5. And he knocks it out of bounds. Crosby with 11 in the first period. 12 here in the third. That one won't go, and it's rebounded out of there eventually by Moore. Matthias kept it alive. Matthias looking into Nielsen. And it's Larson who comes up with it. Matthias baseline jumper, won't go. Rebound, lost out of bounds. Moore had it knocked away.
I think Eddie Hall tapped that out of bounds.
Now, Lee, I try to keep track of the turnovers, and I'll miss some here and there, but I've only got Mountain Crest for 1 turnover.
There's not very many in this game.
Only 5 for Skyview for the whole game. Here's Crosby out and running. Knowles. Another shot goes in.
Knowles loves that contact. We've seen 3 tough shots tonight that he's made with a hand on his arm.
Knowles with 17.
Well, that's going to be a tough row to hoe. If you've got Knowles at 19 on the official scoreboard and 23 from Crosby tonight, that's a tough.
I saw that earlier. They gave one of Crosby's buckets to Knowles. So it's 25, I'm telling you, for Crosby and 17 for Knowles.
Our unofficial stats are more correct.
Crosby won't argue, but Knowles will. Down low. They don't get a shot that time, but that play's been killing the Bobcats. 15-point Mustang lead. And a turnover for Mountain Crest. A steal by Nielsen. Here comes Moore. Out front, it's Larson. Back to Moore. Looking in low to Ty Nielsen. Ty Nielsen has it swatted away by Knowles. 3-on-1 break.
Knowles playing a whale of a game tonight.
And one, no, a walk. A turnover on Eddie Hall. Nelson Ricks checks into the ball game for Mitch Larson. There's your S.E. Needham Jewelers middle of the block sign of the clock. 15-point deficit for the Bobcats. As this third period, I mean, the Mustang shooters are all going to have to put their hands in a bucket of ice water. They just shot the lights out here in the third.
Certainly have to replace the nets.
Jalen Moore, the only Bobcat that has scored. He has 7 points. A 7-point quarter for the Bobcats. 16 seconds to play. And the foul on the Mustangs goes against Tyler Crosby, his first. That's amazing. And we see that every time we see these guys. He goes for the ball so much, but he never picks up fouls. And one. Speaking of fouls, for Ty Nielsen.
Well, that's what Skyview really needs to do right now is get penetration from their guards. Ty Nielsen is quick enough. Braxton Goddard is quick enough. Matt Dewey is quick enough. They're all quick enough to do that, to penetrate and kick or take the shot themselves. That shot will set up the next pass. If he penetrates like that, he'll have a nice dish next time. If they're going to get back in this game, that's what they got to do.
Worley into the ball game for Mountain Crest. Webb takes a seat. Free throw good by Ty Nielsen. He has 10. Under 5 seconds to play in the period. Crosby launches.
No
is right. 50-38. Mountain Crest widens the gap. They led by 3 at the half. They lead by 12 going into the fourth.
On behalf of Mountain Crest High School Athletics, we'd like to recognize several organizing players to the next level. Report quick.
Built for living, visionary homes.
This is your living room. And so is this. This is season 1 and 2 and 3. This is the big game and the big moment. This is getting caught up. This is Xfinity TV. This is easy. This is simple. This is awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Out on the floor right now, there's 7 athletes that are playing at the next level for Utah, or Mountain Crest. Some for Utah State, some for
Couple of them go to
BYU.
Utah State. One to Weber for volleyball.
Track, volleyball,
Soccer.
cross country, soccer.
Well, if you look in the rafters here, there's a lot of banners that say Mountain Crest is the All Sports Awards School of the Year.
Oh.
Never noticed those, did you?
No, I'm too busy looking at my frame jersey. That is invisible.
Your framed jersey that's back by the restroom.
That's sopping up a spill in the restroom. Mountain Crest by 12 as we start the fourth period. They outscored Skyview 19-10 there in the third. And until Nielsen got that three-point play right at the end, it was all Jalen Moore. And now here's a turnover from Mountain Crest. They have 4.
You got to think Mountain Crest is going to try and take some air out of the ball here in this third quarter. Really minimize the possessions for Skyview.
Looks like a. Let's see what they're calling here.
Well, it's a stoppage. It's not a foul or anything.
Wondered if they were going to call Nielsen for putting the ball on his hip.
No idea what
the
that call was.
The clock stopped for a minute. They just took 4 seconds off the clock. The clock never started. Nielsen tries to lob it in to Dewey. Nielsen gets it back. Pututau with the foul. That'll be 3 for Pututau.
Ooh, that looked pretty clean. Pututau was way up in there. Let's see. We have the benefit of slow motion. He might have got his left hand there.
Pututau averages 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists per game as Nielsen misses the free throw. He's only got 2 points tonight, as you mentioned. And
you know what? I think he would like to score some good points on the senior night, but I think he'll be tickled if Mountain Crest can hold on and win this game.
Moore has been guarding him, and they've really taken Pututau away as an option for Mountain Crest tonight, the way Skyview is defended as Nielsen hits 1 of 2. But Crosby has taken up the slack, as have Knowles. 25 for Crosby and 17 for Knowles. Full court pressure put on now by the Bobcats.
Well, that's Nelson Rickson, the game number 4. We don't know who number 5 is exactly.
Number 5 is Doherty. We don't have a 5 on the. We don't have a 5 on the official roster here for those, but it looks like it might be Brian Doherty.
Well, whoever you are, we apologize. You're not on the roster.
Lob it into Moore. His fade away.
Well, that's great defense by Pututau.
Out of bounds off of the Bobcats. Moore's got 17 for the Bobcats. He had 7 there in that third period. Pututau against Jalen Moore. I think Moore got a piece of that.
You know, Mountain Crest is probably going to go in as the #1 seed out of this region. Pututau is going to have to learn to play against bigger opponents. He's been really stifled tonight with Jalen Moore on him.
Moore's shot. I think somebody got a piece of that. Out front is J-Mo Webb.
Basket J-Mo Webb.
Webb with the bucket. Well, there are some teams with some size as Pututau gets a hand on that. Bountiful's a big team. They've got one of those Pollard kids that's legitimate, pretty dang close to 7-footer. They used to be my neighbor. And the dad, the uncle is Scott Pollard that played in the NBA.
Oh.
And their dad, Neil, played at San Diego State. Moore's shot rims out. Nielsen can't get the board, but Nelson Ricks does. Leaves it short, and Nielsen fouled. But he's, the dad's 7 feet tall, and they've got a bunch of boys that are all humongous, and the Pollard that's playing at Bountiful is gigantic, and Sam Merrill down there is a load. And so Bountiful they're a tough team. Orem's a tough team.
Yep.
Timpview
and
tough
Orem
team.
always historically tough.
East is good. Olympus. Orem and Timpview are battling for the Region 8 top spot. Nielsen hits the free throw. He's 8 of 10 from the line. Now 9 of 11.
Well, right now's the time Skyview's got to make a run.
And he's got 13 points. Timeout Mountain Crest.
Full court pressure from Skyview forces that timeout.
Well, it's an 11-point game, and I guess you have to tell these guys, look, let's do it one possession at a time. One stop and one conversion on the other end, and now we're in single digits, and then do it again. And pretty soon you can be right back in it. Put some pressure on the Mustangs. But Mountain Crest, I guess you look at them and you don't see one just star player like Moore is for Skyview. But you got guys capable of going off every night. Yep. Crosby is one of those kids that he can have a game where he scores 16 points and gets 3 or 4 steals, and you don't even know it. He just quietly does it. Pututau, he can fill it up in a hurry, and Tanner Knowles, we've seen what he can do.
Pretty solid team.
And they're athletic, they're quick, and they play well together, and that's a recipe for a deep run. Sometimes, though, it depends on matchups.
Yep.
It depends on who you match up with, who you play.
And that is yet to be determined. Still a lot of basketball in this region.
Well, and they play, Tuesday the 26th, Thursday the 28th, and Friday and Saturday, 1st and 2nd in that tournament. You don't get much time to enjoy a win.
No.
Here's a turnover. Ricks comes up with it to Jalen Moore. The big hop step and one. And that's what we talked about. Make a stop. Get it on the other end. He makes his free throw, and now it's an 8-point game.
That sounds a whole lot better than 11 or 12.
And a ton better than 15, which is what it was at just before the quarter break. Moore leaves that one short. He's left a couple short there, and you wonder if he's starting to get a little tired. There's a foul.
Nielsen picks up the foul for Skyview.
It's only the 3rd foul on Skyview this half. Skyview will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Mountain Crest with 7 infractions. Eddie Hall all the way to the rim. Eddie Hall with his first bucket of the game. And it puts the Mustangs up by double digits again. Ricks has it stolen away. Crosby with steal number 5. Pututau.
Uh-oh.
Steal and assist. Tyler Crosby.
Big hop step by Goddard. He can't finish. Ricks comes up with it. Dewey looking at a 3. Likes what he sees. Matt Dewey with 9. Timeout Skyview. A 10-point game. But Crosby looking to seal that Player of the Game award, if you ask me. 25 points, 5 steals. And this one right here leads to the Pootown a throwdown.
Well, you didn't think Mo would get up in time for the dunk here, but he'll show all of us.
He's a heck of an athlete.
Yeah.
When you consider at his size, they had him playing defensive back in football, and many times they'd bring him up and match him up with a wide receiver as a corner instead of just a free-ranging safety all the time. And you got to be an athlete to play out there on the edge like that. And they put him on Jesse Brady of Logan, who just destroyed everybody he went up against, and he shut down Jesse Brady. He shut down the big Raymond kid, I want to say is his name, for Timpview in that state title game until late. The Raymond kid got free a couple of times, but
he was pretty good. Both players did.
He's just a heck of an athlete. In 2 years, he'll come back from a mission, and he'll be going to BYU, unless, of course, he gets smart and changes his commitment after his mission and goes to Utah State.
Well, if he gets a BYU companion, he will change.
We tease about that, but it's always fun to see these athletes.
That's no joke.
That's no
It's
joke.
no joke.
Congratulations to him for wherever he plays.
Yes. Good athlete. Wow.
Knocked away by Nielsen from Hall. I don't know how Nielsen didn't end up on his face. Keeping his feet there and keeping the dribble. Mitch Larson. It's getting rough and tumble as Jalen Moore looks underneath. And then Crosby pokes it away. Finally a foul out of midcourt.
You got to call something. All of a sudden a church basketball game broke out here.
This is an emotional game anyway. It could get
I can't believe there wasn't a foul there.
Yeah.
And then it's just back and forth, back and forth.
Watch the footwork here. Whoop, yeah, hey, whoop,
Still gets a shot at Eddie Hall while he's on the ground. That's some excellent footwork. Mountain Crest calls timeout. And that's a wise timeout by Coach Buckmiller.
It's a 10-point game. There's 4:24 to play.
Far from over.
Plenty of time. The officials are huddling up during this timeout, and they're kind of talking. And I wonder if they won't kind of put the clamps down. Here's what you were talking about here just a minute ago, too. Seeing how it's getting a little bit rough down there.
Yeah, that's exactly what the officials are talking about, is how they're going to call the rest of this game. And, they know they're trying to, what they're really trying to do is keep it under control and keep kids from getting hurt. So it's good for them to confer and get on the same page.
Crosby with 6 steals on the night. After tapping that one away to Hall. The Mustangs break the huddle with Knowles, Hall, Webb, Crosby, and Pootown. They're starting 5. And they give to Pootown, who's guarded by Moore. Moore, Nielsen, Larson, Dewey, and Goddard. Nope, that's Nelson Ricks. For Skyview. And there's the foul on Ricks. Foul number 6 on Skyview. Ricks picks up his second.
That foul was on number 4, Nelson Ricks.
Now they bring Moore out against Hall. Try to pressure the ball.
Hall, good ball handler and low to the ground. That's a tough guard for Jalen Moore.
Futal turns and faces, kicks it out to Webb. Webb, shot won't go. Moore with the rebound. Moore with 7 boards. Larson shot, good. Mitch Larson with 7, and it's an 8-point ball game. 3:20 to play. They're trying to trap out front. This one knocked away. Pututau gets it back, can't finish. Nelson Ricks with the board. Ricks has come in and played some good minutes in the 4th. Larson looks into Nielsen and a foul as Knowles is on his back. Free throws for the Bobcats. They can make it a 6-point game.
There it is, the tighter call. We haven't seen a call that tight all night.
And I think the officials looked at it and realized, yeah, we probably better rein this one in a little bit.
Yeah.
Nielsen's made a living at the free throw line tonight.
9 of 11?
This is his 13th. He's missed 2. So he's 10 of 12. And now 12 out of 13. $15 points for Nielsen. And it's a 6-point ball game. Just about another turnover. Crosby, up and under.
Tyler Crosby.
27. And he stops the bleeding for the Mustangs. Moore looks down low to Dewey. Dewey dumps it into Nielsen. Nielsen can't finish. He'll go to the line as Knowles. Looks like he may have picked up number 4. Who'd they call it on?
Yeah, I think it's got to be Knowles.
Here's your SC Needham Jewelers middle of the block sign of the clock. And you can see an 8-point game with 2:33 to play. SC Needham Jewelers where Utah gets engaged. 4 for Tanner Knowles. Free throw good by Nielsen. Knowles with 17. And Knowles hits both.
7-point lead, 6-point lead.
Excuse me, Knowles, I said Nielsen. He was fouled by Knowles. Ball on the ground. Possession arrow belongs to Skyview.
That's a turnover. Well, they're just abusing the backcourt of Mountain Crest right now. Skyview is getting all over them. And Coach Buckmiller's talking to the official right now, asking him, I'd like for my players to still have all their appendages when this game is over.
Skyview can cut it to 4 or 3 on this possession. Mountain Crest is led by as many as 15. Moore dumps it down low to Nielsen. It's taken away by Crosby and a foul.
That's a tough pass and trying to get bailed out there by the foul. Well, if Mountain Crest goes on to win this game, we're going to go with Tyler Crosby, the player of the game, with 27 points on the night. But I'm going to watch things closely because I might change my mind when I'm down there.
Eddie Hall gets called for reaching in, and that's his 4th. Nielsen again to the free throw line. They've really gone to Nielsen here down the stretch. He has 8 points in the 4th, all from the free throw line. Now 9 here in the 4th. 19 for Nielsen. He and Moore with 19 apiece. It's a 4-point lead for Mountain Crest. 2 minutes to play. Crosby leans in, scores. 29 for Crosby. This one out of bounds, off of the Bobcats. One of the Mustangs dived at it, and the Skyview coaching staff says, no, he touched it. And the official said, no, he didn't. Let's see if we can see. This one, Nielsen off his finger there, and they said, no, Hall didn't get any of that. They chase Hall around out front. Now they foul him. So to the free throw line goes Eddie Hall as Nelson Ricks
his first.
picks up his third foul. Hall misses, rebounded by Dewey. Ricks all the way in, no basket, and a foul. That'll still be 2 free throws for Nelson Ricks. He's come off the bench here when Goddard's got in foul trouble. He's played some quality minutes. He hasn't scored, but he's been disruptive defensively, picked up some rebounds, and now a chance to get on the board, cut into this Mustang lead. Ricks is the first bench player to score for Skyview. Mountain Crest, their starting 5 has done all the scoring for them. Ricks hits both. 4-point game, 1:35 to play in the ball game. Looked like it might turn into a yawner, but Skyview's come roaring back. They trailed by 12 to start the period. They've outscored the Mustangs by 8. 29 for Tyler Crosby to go on with 6 steals. And the band plays on in Hiram. Jalen Moore with 19. Ty Nielsen with 19 for the Bobcats. Moore unofficially with 7 rebounds. Back out on the court. They break the press. Mountain Crest. You know, there's a minute 25 left. They don't have to put the ball up. They can just hold it. Skyview will have to foul, and they do. Nielsen. The foul.
Foul number 3 on Ty Nielsen.
Nielsen picks up his third.
Eddie Hall shooting.
Hall missed earlier his first shot at a 1-and-1. Hall hits the free throw. Hall has 3 points, all here in the 4th period. Lee Vaughn's gone down to the sideline to catch our player of the game. If Mountain Crest hangs on, it's going to be Tyler Crosby. Hall misses the second. Moore all the way to the rack. Moore with 21. It's a 3-point game. 1:08 to play. Crosby loses it out of bounds. Crosby was looking for the foul. They didn't call it. Skyview can tie it up with a 3-pointer. We'd have to look for our player of the game from Skyview if they were to win. Nielsen and one. Nielsen with a chance to tie this game. The foul is on Crosby, his second. Nine of 11 from the line here in the 4th quarter for Nielsen. Now 10 of 12, and he ties the game at 61. Nielsen with 22. He had 7 at the half. 21 for Jalen Moore. They've gone to Ty Nielsen down low. They facilitated through Jalen Moore, playing him high post and up high, and then dumping it in to Nielsen, and he's gone to work, and when he hasn't scored, he's been able to get to the free throw line. "15 free throws for Skyview in this fourth period, and they're the team that's behind. They're the team that's having to foul, and they've shot 15 free throws. They've hit 12 of them. Mountain Crest has shot 2 free throws. The free throw disparity in this one would be huge. I'd have to count it up during the break. Skyview's been to the line far more often than Mountain Crest, and they've converted on most of the trips. 29 free throws for Skyview in this game. 10 for Mountain Crest. 1:01 to play in the ball game. In regulation, we're tied at 61. Mountain Crest been outscored by 12 here in this quarter. 22-10. Mustangs might just hold it for the final shot. 40 seconds. They will. They'll hold for the last shot. Crosby's got 29 to go with 6 steals. You would think that he would take the last shot. Knowles has 19, and he's been blazing hot. Putu Tao with 4, one of them to beat the first quarter buzzer. 15 seconds. And now a timeout by Graydon Buckmiller and the Mustangs. At one point, this ball game was a 50-35 Mountain Crest lead. So they've been outscored, 26-11 since that point about midway through the third period. Mountain Crest at one point had 1 turnover in this ball game. In the second half, they had 1 turnover for the game. They've had 6 since that point, and that was about midway through the third period. Skyview, conversely, has only turned it over twice here in this second half. .3 on the clock. Mountain Crest with the ball. They'll go for the final shot and the win. If they miss, it's overtime, provided they don't leave enough time on the clock for Skyview to get a shot of their own off. If you think the Mustangs would take it right down under 5 seconds before they trigger it. Well, here we go. Putu Tao to Hall. Hall picks up his dribble. Putu Tao. 5 seconds. Gives it off to Crosby. Crosby. Got it! Timeout, Skyview. Crosby has 31. I wondered if they might call Crosby for a travel. He did a big hop right there at the end, and it looked a little out of whack. And sometimes you'll get the call if it looks out of whack. But he took the big hop, split the defense, and put it in. Take a look. Sometimes that hop is open to interpretation. He goes over Jalen Moore. He puts it over the outstretched fingers of Moore. They put 1.5 seconds on the clock. The Skyview will have to go the entire length of the court. 31 for Crosby. Now again, unofficial. By my count, when I looked up earlier, they had put 2 of Crosby's points and given them to Knowles on the big board here. Either way, it's a monster game for Crosby and a big one for Knowles as well. Another timeout. As Mountain Crest looks at what Skyview comes out in and calls a timeout of their own. It's the third game we've done this year that's come right down to the wire. Both of the Logan Skyview games did, and there's your SC Needham Jewelers middle of the block sign of the clock, 1.5 and a 2-point lead for Mountain Crest. SC Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. Just unreal. The games we've been able to see in Region 5 this year. Another treat for you tonight. Skyview will have to go the length of the court. And they have 1.5 seconds to do it. Last time these two teams played, the Mustangs won by 17. Dewey looking for more. It's over his head, and that's the game. Another steal for Crosby. Fitting that it should end this way. 63-61, Mountain Crest with the win. Back with our player of the game, Tyler Crosby, after this.
Final score, Mountain Crest 63, Avenue 61.
How do you, Old Grist Mill? Old Grist Mill Bread Company, Ogden, Brigham, Logan.
I found Tyler Crosby. Tyler, fantastic game tonight. We have you unofficially for 31 points and 6 steals. This is a huge game for Mountain Crest. Tell me about it.
Thank you. That was a huge game for us. I mean, we knew Skyview was going to come in for a dogfight, and we wanted Region so bad. That's just a great win against this great scrappy team. I mean,
we thought you put it away in the third quarter. You're up by 12 and 15 points, but Skyview comes back. What did your coach tell you?
he just told us to stay calm and run our stuff, and they started pressing us, flustered us a little bit, but we just tried to do the best we could.
Well, you've seen this before, a Wendy's gift card and an Angie's Clean the Sink. You better share that with Tanner Knowles.
All right, I will. Thanks.
All right, back to you, Eric Olson. Good job, man.
Crosby with 31 points and 7 steals, including the game-winning bucket at 1.5 seconds and the game-icing steal as time expires. A huge game for the senior Tyler Crosby, going out at senior night big. Tanner Knowles with another big night of 17, 3 for Hall. Putu Tau with 4, 8 for J-Mo Webb. No scoring off the bench for the Mustangs. For Skyview, 22 by Ty Nielsen, 15 of those in the second half. Braxton Goddard did not score. Jalen Moore with 21, 7 for Mitch Larson. Matt Dewey with 9. Nelson Ricks off the bench played some crucial minutes in the second half and helped key that comeback. He had 2 points. But the Mustangs prevail 63-61 on senior night here in Hiram. Mountain Crest looked like they were in control as Lee Vaughn is back with me now. And the Bobcats just kept chipping away. 29 free throws for the Bobcats in that game.
Well, and different than the Logan game earlier where they lost, they actually hit those shots. I mean, this was anybody's game going down the wire. Almost looked like Tyler traveled on that last shot.
Well, that's what I thought, and we kind of looked like it again. And, you know, he went through and then he took that big hop.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even if it's not a travel, if it looks awkward,
well,
they'll call it.
But the thing is, when you're down to that time in the game, the officials are sometimes watching the clock.
Yeah.
It's because they're worried about the clock, and that's why they got back to 1.5 seconds as opposed to 0.4. So,
well, he split the double team and put it over Jalen Moore's outstretched hands. And you got to give Skyview credit. They could have rolled over, and they came back. But once again, in a heartbreaker, Skyview falls just short. Mountain Crest with a 63-61 lead on the game of the week. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And the game was brought to you tonight by Icon Health and Fitness. Never give up. Lewiston State Bank, your hometown bank with a new location at 3rd South and Main in Logan. Wendy's of Cache Valley. Quality is our recipe. Cache Valley Hospital, your first choice in healthcare.
You're down 6-0.
Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Salt Lake Express, from your door to the Salt Lake Airport, 12 times a day. S.E. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. For Lee Vaughn and the guys behind the camera and in the truck doing the hard work, I'm Eric Olson saying, see you next time on the Valley Channel.
We are the face of Comcast.
I'm a perfectionist. At least I try to be.
At Comcast, we solve problems.
If we don't resolve the problem the first time,
we'll extend a courtesy service to our customers.
You're a customer, you deserve it.
If you're a new customer and you're not satisfied with our services,
you can get your money back in the first 30 days.
It's a phenomenal thing to offer to our customers.
We're only as good as our word. And our word is good.
Whether it's giving you a $20 credit if we're late or 30 days to try us out, at Comcast, we're all about the customer. And that's always guaranteed.
What makes something amazing? Is it doing what people once believed impossible? Or is amazing something you become? We believe in doing the amazing, in dominating air, space, and cyberspace, inventing technologies, and doing the unimaginable. But our most amazing accomplishment isn't what we've done, it's who we've become.